benefits. He forgives all your sin. He heals all your brokenness. He redeems your life from the pit. Crowns you with mercy, crowns you with love. Slow to anger, rich in love. His compassion rises like the sun from the heavens, high above. Great is his love for everyone. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Every heart be given him praise. As far as the east from the west, he has carried my sins away. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Let his mercy cover the night. From everlasting to everlasting, his kingdom rules in light. Justice for all who are oppressed. He made his ways known to Moses, his acts to the children of Israel. As a father has compassion on the children that he loves, so the Lord shows compassion to the ones who fear his name. He remembers our days are like the grass, but his mercy never fades. His faithfulness will last. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Every heart be given him praise. As far as the east from the west, he has carried my sins away. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Let his mercy cover the night. From everlasting to everlasting, his kingdom rules in light.
I was singing mercy and justice. To you, oh Lord, I'll make my song. I'll walk within my house with honor and keep my heart from doing wrong. I will say no wicked thing before my eyes are in my way. The proud will not endure with me. Truth and love will light my day. I'll stand in faith, I'll stand in grace, in purity before your face. I'll guard my steps, I'll guard my gate. My heart and soul will celebrate. I will sing of your mercy, I will dance to your justice in the rhythm.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Thursday's live stream. Glad that you're here. How's everybody doing this morning? Welcome. If you're here for the first time, my name is Tyler. I'm going to help navigate you through the wild world of trading futures. And today we had we basically had non-farm payroll today. That's what my understanding was. That's what it said on the news. So we got, we're going to have some volatility. We've already dipped into the daily fair value gap. I'm hoping that we pierce some of these highs. We'll get into that. We're going to open here in prayer in a second, and then we will take a look at the market. Good morning, Janelle. Good morning, Jason. Akash, good morning. John, good morning. Natalie, good morning. Harry, what's up? RMP, good morning. Kay, how you doing? You give me a little background music here. Good morning. All right, well, let's start with opening prayer. Let's get settled here, and we'll take a look at the market. Father, we just commit ourselves to you this morning. We want to thank you that you are a good shepherd and you direct the flock on where it should go. Father, we want to be sheep that hear your voice. We want to be sons and daughters that listen well. So, Father, give us ears to hear and eyes to see. I pray a blessing over everyone in this live stream today, Lord, that they would be blessed. Lord, that you would show your goodness to them in a new way, Father. Thank you for your faithfulness. We honor you in Jesus' name. And everyone said, amen. That's Tesla. That's not what I'm looking for. Yes, looks like it wants to run this high right here. We filled an hourly fair value gap here. I want to see support here, to be honest. I want us not to run lower. $15-minute. Closes in 3 minutes. Looks like we might have a reversal candle. If that's the case, that 15-minute bullish it would be bullish. You could take that. Not very, pretty low risk to reward, or not the best risk to reward, I should say. We did sweep this low right here into this hourly and 15-minute. A lot of back and forth right here. Where's 8:30? There's 8:30. That's a 68 handle wick. That's crazy. But if you pull a Fibonacci to it, you can see that we respected the midpoint of that wick. All right, so no opportunity for the 15-minute reversal. Fourth of July is around the corner. I anticipate us to have a bullish sentiment, and as long as it's bullish, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm saying it's going to be a bullish sentiment for, I think, through the 4th. So I'm not really looking for shorts. I want to find the support and then I want to go long. But there's nothing here right now. I would not want to trade anything. 5-minute candles are overlapping with each other. We're not breaking out. We're coming back into the range. This is nothing you want to trade. It's barcoding. Yes, sir. Nothing special right here. Only thing that I liked was this wick right here, how exacted it was, and that the bodies represented the midpoint, stayed above the midpoint. So that's a bullish sentiment overall. We'll see if it wants to continue or not. Yes, overlapping candles is a leave it alone sign. You'll see it range like this on the 1 minute, but you go up to any other time frame and that's what it looks like on the 5 minute. And it could just be waiting for a higher time frame candle to print so that it can go higher. So that's really what you get on lower time frames, is it's waiting for, let's say, the hourly to close. The hourly is going to close in 12 minutes. So that means the 1 minute could potentially go sideways for 12 more minutes. We don't know. But when you see overlapping candles like this, that's my sign to stay out for right now. And that could change in a minute. It really could. It's just a posture that you want to hold. I'm looking at NQ. ES is on the left. NQ is on the right. NQ, ES has ran its previous day high. ES does look better. I'm not opposed to the idea of it doing one of these, coming back down to this fair value gap sitting right here. If it comes down to that fair value gap, I would consider taking a long, but I wanted to see it come up here and then come down here. Why? We have a breaker here, a low, high, lower, low. We come up into it right there. And what would our risk to reward be? So there's the tag that I was just not ready for. 56. Yeah, it's a 1-to-1 reward. That was a quick one. I'm gonna join in on this real quick. My position is there, by the way. What's my draw? What's my draw? Are we going higher? Are we running all this? I need to find a place that we can be drawn to. There's just nothing here. So I don't have a clear draw on liquidity, which is my first rule, is have a clear draw on liquidity. We can say this swing high. We'll go for that swing high at 320. I don't know of anything else. Or we close the trade early and we just take the quick scalp. There's a 5-minute fair value gap sitting here. Didn't quite hit it, so I anticipate us to at least go to here. And we could be putting up a wick to go lower. That's what I'm trying to be careful on here. If we get back above this order block, that 1 minute order block, or it's not an order block yet, but if this turns into an order block by green candles closing above it, I'm going to move my stop to that swing low. Untagged hourly. Everything I see is tagged. I don't see an hourly, untagged hourly. I mean, that's outside of this range up here, which that's a huge move. There's no untagged hourly. Waiting for this to be moved, to run this high right here. And close above this down close candle. And then I'm going to be moving my stop to break even. Like that. But I have to wait for it to close above this consolidation. Alright, that's enough for me. Stop's going to be at break even. If it's going to drop, it's going to stop me out because I don't want to hold it if it's going to come all the way back down here. I don't want to revisit that. So that's why the stop's to break even. This should be a protected low, and if it's going to run this low, then I don't want to be in the trade anyway. Does that make sense? You're protecting your position based on the logic that it has to go higher. And logically, it has to go higher. If it comes back down here, we are reversing. That's how I see this. Logically, if price comes all the way back down here, it's a reversal signal. So that's why the stop is moved to break even. So there's the tag of that 5-minute fair value gap that I told you about. There's no more 5-minute fair value gaps here. We will have a 15-minute fair value gap in 13 minutes. So this still looks good for a long. The hardest part for me right now is not having a clear draw. I just don't have it. I don't have it at all. So I'm playing it off of the fundamentals that it should go higher. But it could stop halfway on this. Ooh, that's right at equilibrium. That's if this 15-minute or a 5-minute can't close above these bodies right here, then we need to get out of the position. Because that 15-minute is a wick and the midpoint is equilibrium of the previous day's range. This is a big deal. So I'm watching 5-minute candle, 2 minutes. If we can't close above this, I'm probably going to close the position because I don't have a clear draw. I don't have a clear idea of where it wants to be drawn to, other than I think it wants to go higher. And I might even just close it here, to be honest with you. I am. I'm going to close it there. And that's disappointing. None of those trades were copied. Son of a gun. That was a great trade. That was almost a 100-point move. And I did it on one account. I could have been done. I could have been done. Oh, bummer. Bummer, bummer, bimmer. All right, so see how the 5-minute closed below it? I don't think we're running the high. We couldn't get above the previous day. Look at the 15-minute. This wick, the midpoint is the midpoint of the previous day range. And we couldn't get above that from a 5-minute perspective. So I'm glad I sold. If it was a losing trade, I would have been grateful, but I would have only lost like $80. And I'm okay with losing that money. What's up, Tea Time? That's crazy if you're the silent subscriber. I have no idea a way to figure it out. But that's cool. I'm glad you're hanging out. Stopping by. Kyle, how was your trip to Crete? Your video from out there is awesome. Thank you. It was great. It was a phenomenal time. It was a great recovery. It was great for experiencing the world with my kids. So I'm grateful for that. Had to take a break from trading. All right. Well, I'm glad you're back. The time fader highlighter. How do you set up the time fading highlighter? It's on the left hand side. It's the cursor arrow, first one on the top. You have a cross dot arrow, and then you just hit the one that says demonstrate. And then you have to hold Alt ALT. Here's another breaker. Could this be round 2? Nah, I'm not gonna take it. Isn't trading gambling? No, gambling's gambling. Trading is trading. Now there's a thin line between what trading actually is and what traders do. If you just click the button because you're like, oh, I think it's going to go higher. Oh, I think it's going to go lower. Oh, I want to make money here. Oh, I'm going to need to get out here. Yeah, that's gambling. But if you have a set rules that you follow, a plan to execute on, that is backed by history, data, facts, then you can play. You can trade. All right, this could be just a quick manipulation lower, a retag of that breaker. An inversion here looks attractive. The problem is we're heading out towards the macro, and if it could do one of these where we just go like this and then go. Do we get an inversion? Oh my gosh, do I take it? That's pretty aggressive. I'm gonna try along to there. Yes, I do. I teach people how to trade. We made equal highs here. Don't do me dirty there. This could easily drop right here. Position will be closed if we close below that. Oh my gosh. We tap the equals. I'm getting ready to close this in case it drops. Well, that stinks. Give me a big wick. Pop back up. I'm setting my stop right at that low. If it drops any more, I'm out. If it doesn't, wants to pop back up here, I'll take it. Looks like I'm gonna get stopped out. Bummer. Well, well, well. This might be a losing day because of that first trade not printing on all my accounts. That's okay. I just needed an extra tick. That's literally all I needed on this one. See that? It made exact equal highs and I set my target like right above it. What's my downside target if we go short here? Unwillingness to move higher. I use Apex copier. I think I'll be willing to potentially take one more trade, and that's it. I think ES leaves this high. I don't think we run it. So if we don't run this high, that means we go lower on NQ and on ES. Nice 15-minute fair value gap right here on ES. If we can start closing below 930, I'll consider shorts. But until then, anything in this range, I'm probably waiting at this point. No, if you have 3 accounts, the minimum contracts is 3. So if you bought 3 Lucid and you're group trading them on Tradevate, you have to go by thirds. You can either put 3 contracts on, 6 contracts on, 9 contracts on. That would be 3 per account if you did 9. If you do anything outside of those multiples of 3, you won't be able to do it. See the tag of 930 right there? I think we'll go a little bit lower. ES, if we're going to go higher, that could be a turning point. That's why I said that. But ES has not even hit the 15-minute fair value gap yet. So I would expect it to come back down into this range and find support here if it's going to go higher. America, 4th of July, I think. I mean, you see the skin of this of the live stream, right? U.S. flag in the background. All right, so do you see how ES came and tagged the 15-minute now? Right there, just slightly. If it doesn't come back down, that tells us what about price action? That is bullish. Now, we got to give it time, and we're outside of the macro, so I want to wait. keep going, Chris. Keep practicing. Give it months of practice before you start putting real money on. Outside of macro is 15 minutes before the hour and 15 minutes after the hour. Those times typically have the better runs. Less fake outs. Most of them I draw. There's an indicator that gives us the pre-market levels. That's for anybody inside the academy. $9:30 shows up. Midnight open shows up. The opening range and new day opening gap show up. London low, London high show up. Those are the ones for the pre-market. All right, so see how aggressive. We got 3 minutes left. Are we going to get down below this? Neither, Chris. Neither, because when you're in practice mode, money is not your goal. Even fake money is not your goal. The target needs to be completely changed. You're chasing after the wrong target. And most people chase after the wrong target. And that wrong target is money. Because what happens is when you go to a live real account, your emotions are involved, and everything you thought you were learning or you thought you were doing well on demo goes out the window because real money's involved. Let me give you a practical example. When I trade a prop firm account, I can't make more than a certain dollar amount, or I would break the rules. Well, one day I made $2,000 like in a trade I wasn't paying attention. And I was only allowed to make $1,500. So I had to intentionally lose, listen carefully, $500. How hard do you think it is to lose money? Well, most of us say it's not that hard at all. It's like all you gotta do is click the button and it's like you automatically lose. I could not lose that $500. In fact, I made an extra $4,000 trying to lose money. Intentionally lose money. Because when you try to win, it changes the way you think. When you try to intentionally lose, it changes the way you think, the way you trade. It's just, it's different. So when you're in demo mode, really the goal is, we have an inversion on the 15 minute. I think we're going lower here, folks. Your goal is to, your goal is two things in demo mode. Identifying a model that you want to trade consistently. and then consistently taking that model and then seeing progress. Not just randomly clicking the button. If you randomly click the button, you will lose lots of money when you go to a live account. So your goal for demo mode is to identify a model and recognize it consistently in the market and trade that model consistently. When you can do that, then it's time to introduce risk. Risk is that feeling that I'm talking about. How do you handle when real money's on the line? Trading only that model. All right, willing to take a short if we can get around these areas right here. Equilibrium, the first presented fair value gap, 930, and this 5-minute inversion. This is where I want to take a short. If it drops from here, I'm not going to take it. It might be really heavy right here, and it just goes. That's fine. But if I'm going to take a trade already in drawdown, I need it to be exactly what I want to see. If we drop down to London low, 50% comes back up to where this breaker's at, still would be interested in that level. Those are equal lows. You see that? That is attractive right there. If there was a way to get involved prior to that, so I think it might just aggressively run that level. No, I don't trade at the same time. No, that's you. That's just somebody trying that cares a lot about money. You can make everything that you'd want just trading one. If we inverse this, I'll consider taking a short to London low. But my preference is that we leave this and we run up to here so I can take a short up here. What's this black line? Sell side. That's debatable. That's right on the level. I'm going to choose not to. I'm not going to take that. See how it's right on the level? I mean, come on. Let's be a little more decisive here. Alright. I'm gonna take this. See if it wants to run to this fair value gap here or the London low here. Gonna close there. That's fine with me. I'll close there in case that it doesn't want to go lower. I recovered my losses there. I'm down $36. I was down 200. That was a recovery trade, I would say. So I would have sold no matter what at London low. I would not hold past this with the anticipation we'd get some form of retracement. If we don't, we don't. I don't care. But if we do, I'll look at taking it again. But London low is too much of a significant level for me to not pull that trade off. Yes, I did copy that trade, and I'm down now $40 on each account. No, I'll take a red day RMP. That's the thing. You have to accept losses. If that turned into a loss, then I would have been done for the day, and I would have accepted my loss of roughly probably $300 per account. Gotcha. All right, so this is the midpoint of the previous month's range. That's what that red line is. You go to the monthly chart, that's the middle of the last full candles on the monthly chart. Now look where the 50% level is. 50% level is sitting right at the breaker. So typically, like I said, London low, you're going to get some type of retracement, even if it wants to continue lower. Is it true if the wick made and Is it true if the wick made in the first macro, then the third macro will just be an extension of the continuation sign? I don't know. I don't have a clear answer to that. If you look at the hourly, all I know is that we have 13 minutes before this candle closes, and we're going to create an order block. We'll create a breaker. So even if it closes in 13 minutes, it could retrace up to here, the previous day low, and then move lower. See where that 15 minute is? I like this. I want to see it come back up to here. I just don't know when it's going to do it. If we want to go lower, I'm interested in this 5-minute fair value gap. ES hasn't even close to its London low. I'm going to let it drop without me, guys. I'll play the retracement. So if it wants to run and it runs all the way down to here, I'll look for consolidation, and then I'll look for an inversion that I can take to some internal swing high. ES is respecting 930 like a boss. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? ES and midnight open. Look at that. I mean, you could almost take a short from right here, because that's a solid, those are solid levels. I'm not going to, because that's speculation. That there is gambling. Speculative gambling. I feel a little blah today. Blah. Richard, yes sir it is. It's Christian Lo-Fi. I need to find me another channel, to be honest with you. I listen to this one a lot. You hear the same thing over and over. You want something a little different. I really want to take a short based off ES's 9:30 and midnight open. Yeah, so right now you can withdraw $126. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna take a payout from Apex, I would wait till you're over 500. If you take smaller trades, they charge a fee. I don't know what the amount is, so I think it might be over 500. So I'd just wait till you have $500 and then I'd withdraw it. Even if you've never taken a payout before, I would withdraw at 500, so that you can cross that off and say I took a withdrawal. Because these monumental moments in our trading tend to be psychological barriers. So when you're there, take it so you can just be like, you know what, it's not a big deal, I'm done, and move on. It's like hitting the ceiling over and over. How many of you have been so close to getting a payout and then you blow your account? It's a psychological barrier that you're putting on yourself mentally. And you have to get past it. When you do get past it, you gotta solidify it and move on and move past it. One thing I do constantly, the last month of June, I only had one losing day. That's monumental for me. But I've had to remind myself on a daily basis that I have so far to go. That's how I keep myself grounded. I don't want to get so high in the clouds that I start trading differently. I have so far to want to go. My goal, what I want, is to be able to take 10 to 15 to 20 accounts and take $2,000 out of each of them. I've never done that, so that's my goal. Is there a fee for taking out less than the minimum payout? You can't take out less than the minimum for Apex. It's $500. Thanks, Matt. $250. $250. You charge $50. No, not right now. I mean, I could. It's in the macro. We will have an inversion here in 35 seconds potentially. We're in an hourly, but we're also pretty heavy. Actually, that doesn't look bad. This is relatively low risk. This is the inversion right there. I think I want to wait. That's a valid trade, but I just think I want to wait. ES is still sitting right below midnight open and 930 model. I just don't think it wants to go higher yet. There's too much downside pressure on ES. Maybe if we get down to here, then I'll look to see where NQ's at. Let it run this low resistance liquidity. And it would hit the last 15-minute fair value gap, which is represented by right here. So let's group those together. You could even include that volume imbalance. Yeah, I just don't think it's ready to be done dropping here. You know what, honestly, I'm considering closing my day today at 33 at a loss of $40 because it would break that psychological barrier of being green for over a month. I've never done that before. So there's that. You just trade differently. It's just, and I don't want to, I want to keep grounded in the way I've been trading the past 2 months. It's been great. So it looks like that inversion would have worked. Or it's close to working, I should say. It is 11 o'clock here in 20 seconds. ES just tapped its 15-minute fair value gap. Right there. My guess is we're going to drop. Sorry, I meant 5-minute. It's not a 15-minute. Well, I think what we're going to do, if I can't find a trade here in the next few minutes, is we'll probably end the live stream and then we'll be doing the private live stream. the extended stream here for those inside the academy. It's been hit and miss on Thursdays lately, and it would be nice to give it back to them. Another equal high left. Let's see if it leaves it or if it runs it. Small little long here doesn't look bad. Towards those fair value gap, order block, inversion. The only problem is the downside pressure I think is too much. Yeah. If we inverse this, I might take a short to this low. Just one contract maybe. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna take this. I'm in for 1 micro here. Let's see if it wants to give it to us. We're gonna target this 5 minute, 29,642. We have ES also pretty close to those levels that I'm targeting. 15 minute and this swing low right here. So this is what I'm looking for ES to come into. That's what I'd like to see. If we can hit these levels, I think we're going to hit this 5 minute over here. And to be honest with you, I might sell when ES hits these levels. All right, so ES just popped right through those levels very explosively. Let's see if ES and Q can give me a little more push. If not, I'll close this. I'm gonna set a stop right at the high of that existing candle. I don't want it to come back up. So we're gonna drag this as it moves. I'm gonna close it, guys. I'm happy. I just recovered all of my money, up $150 on each account, and I passed 8 eval accounts. I just passed, let's see, how many did I pass? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 evals. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 7 eval accounts. And am green on all my funded accounts by $150. Guys, amen. And there's the 5-minute. Look at the drop on ES. Holy cow. It's going for London low. So that's the target. It might leave it, but I'm happy to be out there. I'm not gonna complain at all. We'll take it. My evals are with Lucid and Take Profit Trader. I wasn't fully loaded on my Take Profit Trader account, so I maxed out to 5 accounts on there. Do you see the reaction when we hit that 5-minute, guys? I'm telling you, guys. Learn to recognize where those 5 minutes are, 15 minutes are, and it's gonna do you really well. Okay, what's significant about this, guys? Tell me. Who can tell me? It could go lower, and I'm sure it will, but the reaction from it is what I care about. It was the last fair value gap before a swing low. That's what's significant about it. And everything else was already tagged. This is the only untagged one. So if it wants to do it, it could bounce from here. It's fine with me. And I honestly just don't care whether it drops to the floor or bounces. I mean, my long-term portfolio would appreciate it to go higher, but I'm not going to freak out. All right, Kay, take your time. It's all about how you're feeling. If you're feeling finicky or you're feeling weird, don't take it. But here's the thing: once you take the trade, you disregard how you feel. Does that make sense? How you feel about the trade before you take the trade, as long as in your mind you're not thinking about passing the eval, okay? Because when I passed my eval, when I was first trading and I wanted to pass the eval, you know what I'm talking about. Now you're trading to pass the eval, and now you're analyzing a trade in fear of that you won't pass the eval. Do you see what I'm saying? So maybe you go back, hold that eval account, and start trading on demo again until you can get rid of that feeling. If it's obvious, and then you go take your trade. Okay? I can tell you, I didn't care if I was going to pass or not on those eval accounts. When I was down on those eval accounts today, I was down $600. And I was like, okay. That's fine. but I didn't let it affect my decision on taking a trade or not. And guys, all of our trades were legitimate setups, were they not? Did I take any random I just feel like I want to take this trades? I didn't take any of those. This was all based on technical analysis. And look at the 5-minute reaction there. I'm just saying, if you haven't learned that yet, you should learn it. Yes, you can, Kyle. 100%. Yeah. Is that, how would you say that? Kip, not K, SIP. CIP. You need to go with a prop firm that doesn't require you to do it in 30 days. Lucid, take not Take Profit Trader. They require you to pass in 30 days. Tradeify or Lucid is really who I'd recommend. Look left, and if it's there, look left. I don't care how far back it is. Look left. There isn't a cutoff in my mind. All right, I'm going to close here. I'm going to jump on the private stream for a little bit to answer any questions for the people inside the academy. We'll be back here. I might not trade tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. I'll be here in the live stream for sure, but maybe we'll open some new eval accounts. But I might just take it easy. We've been doing phenomenal, and taking it easy is not a bad thing. So we're gonna end here, guys. God bless. I'll be in the private live stream. I'm just gonna jump right on there for those that are in this live stream right now. For everybody else, we'll see you all tomorrow. I plan on doing a giveaway, so be here for the giveaway if you would like to get some Apex and Take Profit Trader accounts. All right. With that, guys, God bless. We will see you later.